Hey guys, welcome back. This is episode 17 of TerraFirmaCraft Plus. We're on a new update now. If you guys didn't see that, I've updated TerraFirmaCraft. So it's got a number of bug fixes, which will be nice. When we chop down trees, it'll no longer take down the entire tree. That was actually because even though the bottom block of the tree was getting put back after you chopped it down, because the trunk itself realized that the block had disappeared momentarily, it actually just deleted the trunk, and the branches weren't getting chopped down. So that was what that issue was. Someone also pointed out that I gave Zach a hard time for leaving the gate open last episode, and upon watching the episode, it was me that left the gate open. So I am here to apologize for that, my friend, my brother. That's my bad.
Yeah, we're not friends. You're right.
We're twins, so I hope we're friends. But anyway, yeah, so among the updates, we have a number of things that have changed. Well, so this time, well, we can see that the texture of the brick here has changed. So small bricks do give you this type of brick now, which I think actually looks quite nice. If you want to have the old style bricks, you can still make them. I went over that more in the video, but if you didn't see that, it's now just made with smooth stone.
I still don't understand why my bronze shovel.
Can you not?
I didn't say anything. I said my
no.
bronze
You definitely
like almost destroyed.
Because you used it a lot.
I don't know what I did with it.
When did you make the bronze shovel?
I don't know, but like.
Because if that was like a zombie or a zombie drop, then it would totally make sense that it was nearly destroyed.
Oh yeah, it probably was then.
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought it was like, oh wait, yeah. If they can drop it, that's right. Yeah. Alright, cool.
So we made a spindle head last time because I think I was trying to make some yarn. We'll be able to make some wool clothes soon because it will get kind of cold. Although, the defense of wolf fur has gotten a lot better, or the cold resistance has gotten better. You can see now it's +2 instead of +1 on the hat and the boots. So we actually might be just fine this year. And the reason for that is that I have added a new type of fur made from what do you call it? That a new type of fur made from deer and stuff. Also, we have these small wolf furs, and when you have small wolf furs, you can actually extract hats from them. We might actually have to make a new type of chest for that because this will make quite a lot, and you can't stack them. But we definitely should, because I don't want to lose the potential to get those hats, because that means that we'll be able to wear those hats basically all the time, because we'll have so many spares. So I'm gonna make some extra chests here. That's actually a lot of wood. I only need 2. But yeah, and I'll show that in a sec. So basically, the way that you get these hats, previously I showed sewing them, but we don't actually sew them anymore. We just get them off of the raw wolf hide.
It's almost November.
So yeah, I took those out already. So what we do is we'll take our knife, and we'll just actually, they do seem to stack. Probably because they haven't been damaged yet. But I would like to have some extra chests. We'll have our small wolf fur go up in there. Our small wolf fur scrap. Wolves have also changed. They should drop medium furs now. So, which means that you'll actually be able to make teepees and stuff out of them.
Our ram is getting pretty big horns.
Is he? Where is he?
He's over here sleeping. Look at him.
Oh yeah, they're definitely starting to get curved. I wish they would wake up and eat some grass, because what's their familiarity at? Because we haven't been able to shear them in a little while. Oh wait, no, hang on. No, they both have the white rim. That means the white border around the heart means that their familiarity won't drop anymore. So it doesn't actually matter if we don't shear them.
Did we breed them yet?
If we had grain, but the fact that we don't have grain means that even if we did breed them, they wouldn't. We wouldn't be able to familiarize the baby. So that doesn't sound like a great idea.
Well, I mean, it'd still be there though. We can start making another baby. I'm sleeping, by the way.
Oh, you are? I want to see if there's anything else I want to do tonight before I go to sleep.
I don't think there is. I think tomorrow I was gonna make start chopping down trees, make charcoal. May as well get that going.
Yeah. I also want to get some more sticks. We have a scythe now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, I want to collect some sticks. Do we even have any sticks?
I'll give you that, I guess, tomorrow.
I also want to get some more saplings and stuff. Yeah, I don't see a lot of sticks in here.
We have a lot of saplings.
Um,
Look, we have 14 chestnut, 12 pine.
oh, that's good. Yeah, we should start. I mean, chestnut I think are the most valuable because they actually have branch leaves.
Mm-hmm.
And that means we get a lot of sticks out of them. Anyway, yeah. Before all the leaves are lost in the because it's like fall now, I think I'd want to go take that scythe out and just chop them all down. I want to clear up my inventory a little bit. Let's use this new chest up here. Get rid of those. It's got some seeds in here. Don't really need those right now.
My max health went down so much.
I'm getting kind of cold. I'm gonna actually switch over to the wolf fur hat.
Oh, it's -7 this morning. Dang.
Oh, is it really? Oh my goodness, it's cold. What? Yeah, it's the 1st of November, dude.
Yep, you gotta put my wolf hat on.
Yeah, I think it's time to switch over.
Bear boots.
Yeah, I'm gonna put on these wolf fur boots.
Oh, I am so comfortable.
Yeah, it's nice. Part of that might be because we're indoors.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, a little bit because we're indoors. How the Mouflon doing today?
I'm gonna do it for you.
All right. Oh, I want to get this scythe.
No, I wanna. So, what's the best way to preserve food?
It'll be a little better because it's colder outside. Best way I think would be pickling. If I mean, if we collected more apples, actually, I think there might be in season as well. But
I have a bunch of apples.
Yeah, you want to start because you need a lot to make cider now. You need like a full stack.
Got 3 full apples. Well, I
yeah.
150.
So then you what?
Like they're because I.
Yeah. Well, I think we should start looking to make some cider.
So you need a barrel of water for that?
Yeah.
What the heck? I guess I gotta put on my coat. No, I have to put on. What do I have that keeps me warm? Because I have to wear a barrel.
No, but the wolf fur hat and boots should work. Or do you not have wolf fur boots?
I'm wearing them, but it's like I'm barely at the inside the range with those on.
Put on your coat then, I guess. I don't know.
Where's the? Do you have the saw?
Yes, I do actually. Do you need it?
Can you make some barrels and more chests and stuff? Is there chests here?
Yeah, I actually have some more wood. I can just bring that back.
I'll put my clothing away.
You can see the grass is starting to get yellow because it's so cold out. Oh, I should get the leaves off of here.
It's gonna empty my inventory out.
Yeah, I want to get all these sticks because need them. Some white elm saplings, definitely in Europe here.
Yep. Too bad the climate's not like a European climate.
Well, we're just pretty far north, that's all. Oh, but that's that's from the Gulf Stream, right? So we wouldn't get that.
Actually, I guess
it's like the Russian climate, dude.
If we're talking about mountainous areas of Europe, then maybe we're somewhat comparable. This is where are we? We're at
Don't want to fall down this tree. That would be bad.
58,000.
All right. I got a bunch of sticks.
This is way colder. If this was Europe, like in real life, we're about as far north as Bern in Switzerland.
One thing that might be kind of cool to do is explain how the temperature system works in TOC, because I mean, when I changed that, I'm actually pretty happy with the way it works now.
I like it too.
All right, I'll put this back. I'll just use this to make some more chests.
Do we have metal still? Oh, I've got my axe here now.
Get rid of that.
Where'd you put the scythe?
Oh, I can't do that. I still have the scythe.
Can you give it to me?
I'll just put it on the wall.
Alright.
This chest I'll put over there. I'll put another one over there.
Scythe.
And
make some barrel. You make a barrel for me so I can make some cider?
Oh.
Or I guess 3 barrels would be cool.
Yeah, let me just get some more wood.
There's what outside. Oh, there's a bucket. Oh, my hides are done. Okay, great.
Nice.
Leather.
Alright, here you go.
I like it. Okay, so I need. What do you scrape hides in again?
What? Scrape
Can you
hides?
scrape hides in anything?
You need a
Do you need a
log.
piece of wood or is it anything?
Yeah, you need a
It's a
log.
log? We need a log. Does the log still work?
Thick log. I mean, the stacked logs I think also work, so.
Stacked logs?
Yeah. Take 4 log. No, like not a log pile, stacked log. So take 4 logs and put it in a 2x2.
Oh, yeah. Stacked log. Yeah.
Technically that wouldn't work because there'd be like a dip in the middle, but whatever.
No,
I think I'm going to add like a scraping rack or something.
That'd be good. How do you do it? Oh, does that be a side?
It's like you put it sideways.
Oh, okay.
Here you go.
There we go.
Make sure your knife doesn't break, otherwise you'll lose all the progress. What's the temperature right now? I'm -6, yeah. Getting pretty bad out here. I need to get some water. Oh yeah, so the temperature system. So the way the temperature system works is I went out, or, I went online and I found, can I break this to get... I found, I could have just actually pulled it out of the flowing water there. I found what I considered to be good, what should I call it? Reference points for a bunch of different latitudes and climate types. So I was looking at, I believe it would be like the, I forget what it's called, but there's like a climate index that is used to talk about what kind of, like, there's like, subtropical Mediterranean climate or something like that. And it's used to talk about, I think, the type of climate you have in an area. So I looked at that, looked at the amount of rainfall an area gets, its latitude, and some other factors to try and determine what would be, like, how does, like, how much rainfall an area gets affect the temperature? How does that mitigate it? Like, near the equator, what's the climate going to be like? In the desert, what's the climate going to be like? Take into account, like, horse latitudes and stuff. So I came up with some equations where, like, I would plot out the, like, what I thought the temperature should be at an area. I believe what I was doing is I actually was plotting out first what the low for an area should be based on the latitude, so how far north or south from the equator it would be. And I had all my data points. I went to Wolfram Alpha, and I put that in, and I asked it to fit a curve to it, and it did that. So now I had this curve, and then I would plot out what I thought the difference between the low and the high would be. I did this also for both summer and winter. So I'd have two curves. Like the winter curve would be like from the coldest month, what was the average low on the coldest month, and then the summer, what was the average low in the warmest month. So I'd have those two curves. I'd also have two curves for the difference in temperature between the low and the high. It ended up being, I think, for a lot of tropical regions, about like 9. I found that the wetter it was, you tended to have a smaller difference in low to high. And it brought the low up and the high down, the wetter it was.
Is that from...
So I had that. Then I had a curve for how the wetness seems to change with latitude. So you have the driest regions around 30 degrees north and south, and it gets very wet near the equator. And then a little, it gets, a little wetter again around 60 degrees north and south. But I made it, I think, like it's kind of like a weird sine wave where it gets really close to 0 around 30 degrees. It gets close to 2 around 0 degrees. This is north-south. And it gets close to 1 around 60 degrees. That's what that sine wave looked like. So it's kind of like, if you're looking at it from like -90 to +90, it's kind of like a sine wave with 3 peaks, with the tallest peak being in the middle around 0 degrees of latitude. So using that, I now have what I considered a pretty accurate representation of, for a given latitude and a given rainfall, because I had, the curve would tell me how much the rainfall should affect the temperature. I could say for a given latitude what the high and low should be on the warmest day, the high and low should be on the coldest day, and then for the rest of the year I just interpolate between it. So on like on the equinox, halfway between the solstices, it would just be like halfway between the low for the winter and the low for the summer. So it interpolates that. You can kind of then view that as like a 3D graph, where like if you have like a grid on one side of the 3D graph, you have the summer low, on the other side you have the winter low, and then like a straight interpolation between it across the year, and that sort of forms like a 3D curve. And then on top of that you have the 3D graph of the temperature differential, and that way you can pretty much determine for a given rainfall for a given latitude what the highs and lows should be. And then on each individual day it'll decide it's going to be warmer or colder. Because if every day was exactly average, then it'd just be like you'd get like a little bit cooler every day that it was heading towards winter, and a little bit warmer every day, and that's kind of boring. So every day of the year, it also just decides, okay, today is just going to be a little warmer or colder. It does do that globally, so no matter where you are, it'll be like a little colder than average or a little warmer than average. But the amount...
Which is the opposite of real life, though.
Yeah, I know. But, you know, having like a separate...
The global energy...
Like, I'm not going to have like I mean, I guess what I could have done is have another data layer, sort of like the biomap, where it would like you just have like just I don't know, like a float value or double value generated in patches across the world, and then you would just use your local value as like the seed for a random number generator that would just determine whether you would positive or negative. I did not do that. But yeah, and then based on the rainfall, the variation can be higher, because I also found that rainfall would determine the variability, right? So because I also graphed, like I found in tropical climates, the variability on any given day is a lot smaller. So the more rainfall, the more consistent the temperature will be. Whereas like in a desert, it can be very wildly, not just day and night, but also
variability is a lot higher in the colder months.
Yeah, and so throughout the day it will interpolate between the high and the low. The data I found said that the warmest time of the day tends to be around 3 p.m. and the coldest time tends to be around 6 a.m. It doesn't really take into account day length, but that's how that works. So it'll just interpolate between the high and the low for that day based on that. So that is climate in TFC. Oh, there's a skeleton. Oh yeah, so weapons do a lot less damage now. That's still one-shot that zombie, but the bronze sword now does 400 attack damage.
Oh, you half the damage, wow.
Yeah, I did. I half the damage because I felt like it was too good. I feel like I shouldn't just be able to like slice a zombie in half. Is it really? What was the temperature? -6.
But I keep breaking this ice to fill my barrel, and it just keeps refreezing.
Hmm. Yeah, so I hope that was kind of informative, just talking about that.
It was nice, I like it. And my last barrel of cider started. Kill more zombies.
Nice. So I also added a way to make composite bows in the recent update. I think composite bows are pretty strong. Actually, I'm a big fan of them.
Let's make some then.
Yeah, so we're going to actually need to kill some cows to make a composite bow, though.
What do you need? Oh, do we need...
We need horn. Horns actually... Previously, I realized they didn't actually drop at all.
Yeah.
And when the code back then would have made it a 1 in 20 chance of getting a horn drop from a male cow. Because that was back when horns were kind of worthless. Or not horns were worthless. But cows were kind of worthless in terms of their ability to damage you. I've decided that it made more sense to increase the drop rate. So now it's a 1 in 4 chance upon killing a cow, a bull, that you'll get 2 horns.
Oh, nice.
You can make the blowing horn. I said I'd consider adding like drinking horns because that sounds kind of fun. But you can make a blowing horn, which doesn't really do anything. Might be kind of interesting to add something to them to make them functional. I don't really know what you could add, but it might be kind of fun to have something. Oh, wait. Hey, it's our birthday, buddy. Happy birthday, my friend. At least this is my birthday, but it's also your birthday.
Why is it? Oh, it is. Dunk's birthday.
Yeah, November 2nd, my buddy. Alright. Oh, these horns aren't that long. When the sheep, like in like a year, the sheep's horns will be like fully curved around.
How far do they cut around? Because I don't know. Some
They
species,
get I think close
some
or a
old
little
species do
over.
get
Like I think they go over 360.
I know like there's pictures of big sheep that like curve almost 2 full curves.
Yeah, well, I found like
two
that.
full
Yo,
smarts.
the equations for that are super hard. Oh my
Yeah, I know.
goodness. Oh my goodness. It's difficult. So I currently don't have a
Drink
site.
some water.
What's the
Eat your
temperature
vegetables.
today? Oh, it's actually
Warmer.
above freezing today. Oh, that's pretty crazy.
Above freezing, yeah.
That's such a tall tree.
So what was I gonna do?
I didn't really collect many saplings yesterday. I think the scythe
I
might
was
actually
going
lower the
to-
chance of getting saplings. I think I might change
Yeah, I
that.
think that's what you said. Then.
Because
Yeah,
it's...
fine. Use it.
Like, if you have to break them by hand to get saplings, that's kind of annoying.
Because the site has increased range. Right?
I also added...
Wow.
in addition to this kind of brick, I added clay bricks. Maybe we might think about getting those. I just got to think if it seems like it'll be worth it. Each brick is 2 clay, and 5 bricks, which is 10 clay total, makes 8 blocks.
Let's see.
So 10 clay balls
Nice,
makes
thanks.
8. That's actually not that bad. Along with the mortar, we need lots of lime. But we have
So
marble.
very
We have a
nice.
lot of marble, so that actually wouldn't be that bad at all. Oh, I could be wearing my socks right now. That
Hey, you
lowers
fixed
my...
the durability on the axes too. That's great.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. When you chop down a tree, the parts of the tree that drop sticks, which would be the tips of the branches, they now they only have a 1 in 4 chance of lowering the durability on the axe.
Yeah, because I remember before I chopped down a big tree and it took like 110 durability. Now it took 16
Yeah,
on my bronze axe. So
yeah. And also,
great.
I found
My
that there were
bronze axes aren't,
some
like garbage.
redundancies as well. Like it was, I think it might have been dealing some double damage sometimes. To the
Oh, I
axe.
just chopped down a white elm. Never mind. Oh, well.
Oh, this still has berries on it. The heck?
Do you want sycamore at all, or
Sycamore. I
I
mean,
guess charcoal's fine.
we want lots of. Yeah, we're gonna need some charcoal at some point. I think I might wait until I fix smithing before I decide that we're actually going to go towards ironsmithing in this playthrough.
So we don't wait till a bronze?
Yeah, because I don't like that system, and I don't want to make us do it, because it's dumb.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you add a like ceramic to your air or something?
We have a blowpipe. I might just reuse that. The blowpipe, which is originally for making glass, you can also use it on a fire to make the fire hotter. So I think I'll just use that as a tweer.
Oh.
I'm also going to add like a straw fan. Which will be like the way that you can... so what it'll probably be is... So for anyone who doesn't really know yet, I think what it's going to happen, how you're going to do like the bloomery and also early blacksmithing is you'll take mud, which remember you get from water, dirt, and straw, and you'll put it in like a little ring structure around a block. So you put like some mud there. It's not going to fill up the whole thing, just like a little corner. So mud there, and there, and there. And then you layer it up until you have like a little ring structure. Just take your blowpipe and you'll stick it in the side. Down the middle, maybe you make it like a block and a half tall. Down the middle, you'd put like some, I don't know, charcoal or something. I don't know if I really want to make it
change
charcoal.
How many sticks you get from trees?
I did not know.
A lot of sticks.
Well, that's good.
Also, I'm getting saplings from using an axe. Not even like breaking branches, just getting saplings.
Okay. Yeah. Trees.
Is it normal?
Yeah, they do drop saplings when you chop them down, because otherwise, like pine trees and stuff would never drop saplings because they don't actually have any real leaf blocks. I mean, they can get leaf blocks, but you get like 1 or 2 per tree. So, like sometimes they'll just have like a leaf block generate on the side.
Oh my god.
But yeah, you'd never, like this is a leaf block, but you'd never get saplings if there's like 1 or 2 leaf blocks. So, and of course the conifers have a higher chance of dropping them. But I wanted to do that so that, because also a lot of trees are taller now and you can't really reach all the leaf blocks, so it made more sense that they'd be able to drop the saplings. So yeah.
I've got a lot of sticks now.
Yeah, so you'd build up this little stack, and you'd stick your blowpipe in the side, and you get like a straw fan, and you'd be able to like fan it to get some air. And then you'd need that structure for copper smelting as well, pretty much. The current system with like the pit kiln and with the pit kiln would not work. Oh, sorry, it would only work for native copper, because that is already in the form of like copper metal. But if you're trying to convert the copper ore, like chalcocite or chalcopyrite or tetrahedrite or malachite into copper, you'd have to use this new smelter structure. And when you did that, you'd get a bunch of little grains of metal, little pieces that would be in the mix of the ash and the slag that would form at the bottom, and you'd collect those, and you'd put that into a small vessel, and then you'd put that in the pit kiln. That, or like, I don't know, maybe a forge or something, and that would be how you get the metal. So that might actually push the time that you're making charcoal a bit earlier in the game, especially if. But I'm not super opposed to pushing the metal age back a little bit. Anyway, yeah. So that is how you would get you'd get the metal, and so each grain would have 1 unit of metal, and it would stack to 64 in your inventory. But in a vessel, it would stack. Excuse me. I think currently it would stack up to 128, which would mean with the 4 slots, that would be, what's that? 512. So you'd be able to make up to 5 ingots in a single small vessel. But yeah, and part of that change also, the crucible will no longer smelt ore. I want the crucible to be more of, rather than like the gateway to metallurgy, I want the crucible to be just an upgrade of like the pit kilns setup. So I'm not super happy with what it is like now. Like you can, it makes smelting so easy, and that's not really reflective of what smelting would be like. But this may sound so far like kind of a nerf, but this structure with like the mud will also be how iron smelting is going to work. So it will mean that iron smelting won't require the setup with the bronze, because I think that's kind of silly. It seems like an arbitrary gate. There will be a gateway, because you can't just say, oh yeah, you can make iron on day 1. That's not good. I think you shouldn't be able to skip copper. Instead, there will be, as part of the talent system, which I've talked about in the past, there's going to be a talent. That'll mean you'll have to earn experience, which you'll be able to get by doing smithing, and you'll be able to get it by cooking meals, especially or eating tasty meals, eating tasty foods. Drinking alcohol will get you some experience, although you'd have to watch out you don't get super drunk and die. Killing enemies will get you experience. Lots of ways to get experience. And then once you have it, you'll be able to spend that on talents. And the talent will be like ironsmithing. And that will allow you to convert the raw bloom into like a refined bloom and wrought iron. Without that, you're just kind of stuck. You've made an iron bloom, but you don't have the skill to work the slag out to make that into the iron itself. I'm going to shear these sheep. So that'll be how that'll work.
Can you make it like when you get super drunk, you get a debuff, you can't get experience?
It's definitely going to be that when you're super drunk, you can't unlock talents.
Imagine like you just locked out of getting experience like 5 minutes. You're like, oh crap.
Yeah. The experience is kind of like a representation of what would I say, like inspiration, or inspiration might be a good word for it. Like, yeah. Also, kind of like your motivation and your happiness. So the more you hate your life, the less you have. But for every accomplishment you have, everything you do that is actually like makes you happy, makes you feel good, like, having fun, I'm going to make it so that the amount of experience you get from drinking is better if you're drinking with someone else. If you're playing multiplayer and you have like a friend and you're both drinking together, that's better than if you're just drinking
alone at home.
Drinking alone sad. That sucks. So drinking together is better than drinking alone because you have more fun. And similarly, there will be advantages to having pets. Like if you have like a pet dog or something, that will help you with some experience because that just improves, companionship. That improves how you feel about yourself. So, just doing stuff like that. Also, I lowered zombie spawns in the recent update. They shouldn't, when you attack a zombie and then it summons more zombies, that shouldn't happen as often anymore. This episode, though, is done. This is a half-hour episode, so I hope you guys enjoyed that. I've heard people want a little bit longer episodes, so maybe that'll happen a little more often. I just want to say thanks again, guys, for watching. I've had a really great response to the series so far. A lot of people saying they've been really enjoying it. Even 17 episodes in, the views are still quite nice. And so as long as you guys still want more episodes, I'm still happy to make them. I'm having a lot of fun too. So guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see all y'all next time.